Sunday, maths lesson, double period. We're going to be looking at time today. Our WALT, so what we are learning today is to use time calculations. Okay? Not just use time, but to add and subtract with it and to get from one destination to another. And that's going to happen in our first lesson. Okay, our first lesson today, we're going to be looking at time and timetables. So looking at looking at a 24-hour clock and going from one place and arriving at another. So we're leaving a destination and arriving somewhere else. So first things first, I'm going to go through the MyiMaths with you. Now, if you're not logging in, you're not doing your learning. And this is tracked. I can see it. So year 6 make sure you're logging in. Any issues, please get in touch with your teacher. They have your logins. Okay. So the first one's just showing you a clock. Hopefully we should be a bit beyond that. If not, you've gone back to filter 3 and you've done the lessons on learning how to tell the time. You've looked at the stuff that was been put on Edmodo yesterday. Okay, you need to know how to tell the time to really work with time. It's essential, guys. So the second part of the lesson is asking you to write these times in hours and minutes. It doesn't state if it's afternoon or morning. Okay, so I'm going to do some examples. Okay, it says, what is 7:30? Well, it's 7. And what's half of 60? Because that's an hour. Lovely. Okay, 7 o'clock. So we've got 7 hours, and o'clock means no minutes. Okay, and then we're going to do 3:45. Now I'm going to teach you a trick for this. Okay, make sure you've got somewhere you can write it down. I'm going to remove these because I think they're quite simple. 3:45. My trick. First thing, you see this word to. That means to do the one before. To do the one before. So you're going to do the number before 3. Okay? You do know 1 before 3, yeah? Good. Okay, if this was 5, what would be it? The next number? The one before? Yeah, 4. Okay, if it was 10, what's the one before? Because we've seen the word to. 9. Okay, so 9:45 would be 9 something. 5:45 would be 5 something. 2:45 is going to be 2 something. So the next trick is to know this. That means 15. Okay? So what we're going to do is subtract away from our whole. It's 15 minutes to the hour. Okay, so I've got 60 minutes is an hour. That's our whole. Don't ever get confused with 10s and 100s when we're working in time. Our whole is 60. Okay, so 60, subtract quarter. Quarter of 60 is 15. Okay, can I take 5 from 0? No. So I've got to borrow 5, 1. 5 from 10 is 5. 5 from 1 is 4. Maybe pause this now, get this in your book, because I'm about to rub some of it off. Well done. Okay, I'm just going to fill in my answer correctly. 2:45 is 3:15. Okay, I'll let you get on with the rest there. Okay, if you need any help, please make sure you ask an adult or message your teacher. But this should be pretty much a recap for you. So number 3, it's going to ask you to look at the time. It's going to ask you to press play and go through it. Okay, it's going to play the morning, AM. Okay, and it's going to go up to midday, which is 12 PM. Now it's trying to teach you the 24-hour clock. Now the 24-hour clock is actually really simple. Once we get to 12 PM, the numbers start to change. On a number line, what's after 12? 13. Okay, So 12, so 1 hour after 12 is 13. What's 2 hours after 12? Well, 12 add 2 is 13, 14. And it continues in that way. Now, I still, to this day, use my hands to help me. If I was being asked a question and someone asked me, what's 1600 as non-24 hour clock time? They asked me, what is it in PM? And I go 1600. Okay, that's after 12, so I'm just going to count to it. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1600. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 p.m. Okay, it's 4 in the afternoon. And I could keep doing that. What if I was asked 1800? What's 18? Okay. Okay, what's that in PM? 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 p.m. 6 in the afternoon. Now, when it gets round to later, okay, I might decide I want to go from the 24 actually. Go down, because they might actually be asking me, what is 2200 in PM? Now, I could easily start at 12 and count on 1, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, all the way up to 22. Or I could start with 24 and count down, 23, okay, 22. Now, the problem with that is you will have to remember you're taking 2 away from 12. Okay, because 24 is 12 on a clock. Okay, so you'd have to remember that 12 take away 2 is 10 p.m. I'm giving you that as an option. If you feel confident in you knowing that you can change that, do it. But please use my first method, which is just counting on from 12. Okay, to get to 22, I would go 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 10 fingers in the air must be 10 p.m. at night. Okay, so it's asking you then to convert. Okay, you've got to convert now from minutes, hours of the AM and PM to the 24-hour clock. Guys, if you see AM, you do not need to change anything. Just write it down. Okay? The only thing that you might find is there's 4 boxes there, and you might have 3:53 AM. Remove the AM, put a placeholder. Okay? 4-hour clock. So we've got PM then. PM, 8:44 is the example I'm showing here. You might have different. 8:44 p.m. Okay, I'm going to get rid of PM. 24-hour clock, we only change the hours. So I'm going to leave 44 there. I'm actually just going to move it down underneath. Sorry for all my chins on show, guys. Leave that there. Use my technique. 12, 13. Well, I'm going to count on 8 because I haven't been given the time, so I'm going to count on 8. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Have I counted 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Double check. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. So 8 is actually 20. And there we go. I'll leave the rest up to you. That was just the example I've been given. I'm sure you'll get different ones. And then we're given a timetable. Okay, I'm going to put a tip on here, and then you're going to pause it and write this down. So the quick, easy way to read timetables, guys, is we're given our destinations. In this case, I've been given Hilltop. This is a destination. There'll be more destinations underneath. Then you're given times, okay? In this case, I've been given 7:52. And more times afterwards. What this is telling us at the top is this is a departure time, the time it's leaving, okay? So when we look to the left, to the right, everything that's leaving Hilltop is leaving at this time. Then my next example is 9:46, 11:35, 13:28. So when you look across, all the times it is leaving there, okay? And the next place I've been given is Wood Hill. I've been given 8:12 as the time. This is in the AM because we've got our zeros. Now, this means that it left Hilltop at 7:52 and is arriving at these stations at these times, okay? It's going to leave Hilltop and arrive at Wood Hill. So it's showing us what time it's leaving. And the same here. All the ones that go across from Wood Hill, that's the time it's leaving Wood Hill and then going to the next one. Okay, so it arrived at 8:12, we've gone down and arrived at Wood Hill, and then it's going to leave Wood Hill and arrive somewhere else. It's going to arrive at Broad Lake at 8:25. So, across the time it leaves that station. Down is the time it arrives at the next one. And you can see there's gaps. So in my example, 7:52 is the first time it leaves Hilltop and it travels to Wood Hill, Broad Lake, Westford, and then the trip ends. Okay, and it arrives at Westford at 8:49. Pause, get these notes in your book. Okay, and then you're going to be given worded questions because we're in year 6 and we need to be answering worded questions. I'm going to give you an example of doing the first one. So you're going to be given a timetable. You're going to be asked when something leaves. So you're going to find the location. In this case, I've been given 5 Oaks. And it's asking me how long does it take to get from 5 Oaks to Hollywood on the 1743. I'm just going to put FO for 5 Oaks. And Hollywood's actually next. So I'm going to put H for Hollywood and it arrives there 1803. Okay, it's gone down, it's arrived there at 1803. It's asking me to find the difference between 1743 and 1803. Just like a number line, anything like that, I'm just going to add on. I'm actually going to get there that way. So I'm going to get to my next number that I know confidently. Add 7. It's going to get me to 1750. I'm going to add how much to 50? Am I going to add 50 to get to 100? Am I? Really? No. Because how many minutes in an hour? 60. So we're only going up to 60. Remember that. Okay, so how do I get from 50 to 60? I add 10. Okay, now I'm at 1800. Don't need to do anything else to the hours. Don't need to do anything else to the hours. Just add 3 more minutes. Guys, if I was to finish this up, I would add 7, 10 and 3, get to 20. Okay, 20 minutes is how long it takes to get from 5 Oaks to Hollywood. I'm going to leave the rest up to you. You need to finish this lesson. You need to then move on to the homework. Any questions, please make sure you ask your teacher. Okay, get on to them, make sure they know they're there for you and ready. Okay, good luck guys, you've got this.